Forward to this game. Should be an absolute beauty. Scott Bennett, Marcus Osborne and David Carter are your umpires. David Carter throws the ball up in the air. Blake wins the first hit down for the Dogs. They'll send the first handball backwards. It'll come out to James Gray. He sends it up towards centre half forward today. Given a lot of time before he kicks the ball, and it's a floater off the boot. Noah Walsh couldn't quite claim it. Spills off hands. Matty Merritt picks it up for the Dogs. Shrugs off the tackle. Merritt then steadies. He goes goalwards. Matt Merritt kicks the first goal of the day for Gisborne. On. Blake then fires out the handball to Benaki. Benaki handballs off to Clough. Clough goes goalwards. Clough's kicked another one. Two absolute rippers to start the day for the Dogs. Good crowd in. Sexton gets the first run, but he's knocked it straight to Benaki. Benaki sharks it and goals. Gisborne have come to play at the QEO. They've got three.
His hands on the footy. This is Zach. Sharing it around Blake. Blake by hand to Lakey. Lakey of the Dogs gives it to Merritt. It was a kick forward. Merritt now, he's playing well. He'll go. He's got a player on in the hot spot.
Scanlon.
In fact, it's Scanlon a little bit deeper, shallower than the main. Jake McLean on the outside of the foot goes inside. Forward 50 and a good strong bark by the Dogs and Braden Blake.
Can relieve through Ureta, who tries to shrug off the tackle. He's got himself in all sorts of pressure, and it will be holding the ball.
Gives it to Cooper Smith. Cooper Smith now, he'll go back inside forward 50. It's a good strong lead and a mark. It's been taken by Fergus Groom.
Joel Wharton there. There's a bit on behind there. Against Liam Spear for Zach Palbrad involved. 50 metre penalty. So you can pencil that one in, Cam.
So it's going to go Fergus Green to the goal line.
Yep.
They're not even going to stand on the goal line, I don't think. If they do, it's just casually. So,
why would you?
Well, that's a little bit of a gift because soccer off the ground, attempt by Cardillo of the Dogs. They've got numbers. They're moving it nicely through the middle here, Dogs. Inside forward 50. Blake picked it up at knee level. Oh, he looked at it like Scanlon, poor kick. He kicked it straight to the opposition and Nelly dropped a mark that he should have taken. Johnson sharked the footy, my man on the left, and slammed it through. That's his first of the afternoon.
Walsh will handball off to the runner of Free. Free will then roost a high ball down the poolside wing to a big pack. Playing in front, taking a terrific grab, will be Lockie Hood in game number 50. He wants to go quickly, decides to handball off to Smith. Smith gets the run. He'll send it up towards forward 50. Big fly from Connick down there, who's taken the mark. He's doing it at both ends. Connick quickly goes, wheels inside and finds Maxted. Maxted's 40 metres out directly in front.
It was just swirling a little bit a couple of minutes ago, so let's see what he does with it.
Doesn't miss too many set shots, does Kobe Maxted. He's 40 metres out, pretty much directly in front on the right. He goes goalwards. And well, did you ever doubt him? Because the goal umpire did not move. Maxted gets his first of the afternoon. That he's not going around the body from 15 out directly in front.
No, they all do now, though.
Look, he's got a 35 metre run up, so I don't think he's going around the corner.
No. Let's see what he does with the footy. He did it a couple of times the last time I saw him. He's a little bit closer than that on those occasions. Gets underneath the footy and he straightens it up. So up they go in the ruck. It'll be Blake who wins it, taps it forward, but Coughlin, he's been good as well. That's James Coughlin, gives it to right. In fact, it might have been Connick. They look alike. They've got 15 and 16 on, but it will be the Dragons. Fergus Green couldn't quite get it, but it's right down forward who offers support, so it obviously came in from...
You knew the other one was going to bob up at the other end, didn't you? So back in the middle we go. It's folklore as the Dogs will try and clear it out of the middle. Macklin Lord's got it. Handball back in board finds Normington. Normington up towards centre half forward. It's taken for the Dogs. Handball to Benaki. Benaki will be claimed high by Curnow. So free kick, Benaki. Quickly plays on the right. Wheels in. Sends it into the leading Pat McKenna. He juggles it, but he marks it 25 out directly. He wheeled around and then he kind of half-guessed himself as he went to kick the ball as it's sharked out of the contest and going goalwards. It's Braden Blake.
So that's my point.
Scanlon comes in 40 metres out on the right. Kick is skew whiffed off the side of the boot. Big fly from Gisborne though. It wasn't the intended target, but Luxmore has taken an absolute beauty. Might even be looking to go a bit of a banana style here. Luxmore comes in on the banana and he puts it through. Terrific grab, terrific finish.
Now it'll be Blake. Wins the ruck work. Taps it, but it ends up there with Sexton. Sexton of the Dragons will send it forward. You're right, in the first couple of seconds of this second half. Lockie Hood picks it up. He's got Tardrew running shotgun. Gives it to him by hand and goes goalward and slams it through in 18 seconds, not 30. It's only 38 metres from goal. He'll cross the paint mark at 50. We'll get a good look at it over his right shoulder. Gray now. He only took 3 or 4 steps, but it were good steps, and it was straight as an arrow off the boot. Just still inside forward 50. Hurried kick now from Danahy of the Dogs. Kicks it to the wing. Scanlon did well. Spills. Double fisted by Ireland, put it in the path of Bell Bartels, which was a turnover. He's been quiet. A copped the ugly ball. Bounces for Ruff. Ruff of the Dragons, too strong through the hips. He's caused some 2 players to get the best medium radio. As the ball now at Tardru. Dragons. Hood. Tardru receives back. Runs through the middle of the QO. 1 bounce. He's got Cooper Smith running side by side. Gives it to him by hand. Now he goes inside forward 50. Shallow. Looking for James Coughlin. He collects. He tries to go inboard.
Straight to him as the kick up towards centre half forward. Benaki couldn't quite take it. Spills out. Walsh. Handball. Sexton. He got up very high. Then he handballed it out to Connick. Connick dances his way through trouble. Sends it up towards centre half forward. Big flyer mark taken. Coughlin. He wheels around onto the right. He's got a hard leading mark on Wilkinson if he can get it to him. And he does mark it, Wilkinson. Given away a couple of free kicks today, Don, which have been quite costly. So the Dogs get the downfield free kick. They send it inside forward 50, and going back and taking the mark is Pat McKenna. He's 30 metres.
2 points. Would you've noted 2 down? So set shot pressure for Pat.
So Pat McKenna, 30 out, not too much of an angle to deal with. He strikes it and he celebrates it straight away. He's in lead. Not sure the crowd behind thought that one was over. As quick ball in from Curnow. It'll come back because it's straight to Scanlon. Scanlon handballs off. Now they'll thump it inside forward 50. The Dogs. McKenna's in a one-on-one. Flying in from the side. Dennehy! He's stretched out and he's going to get paid the mark. Terrific grab. We'll leave that one alone as Dennehy comes in from directly in front of goals, puts through the goal, and the Gisborne Bulldogs are well on their way. But we throw in, and you just think if Gisborne kick one here from this contest, it'll be well on their way. Dennehy stays out of the ruck. He rolls through the middle, and Zach Dennehy straight out of the ruck slots the goal. He's trying to burst through, and Sexton was just in the way. So Dennehy for number 3 in a row. He goes goalwards. He puts it through, gives the big celebration. 3 for Zach Dennehy.
At fresh Bendigo, here's Cameron Power.
Final quarter underway. What have Sandhurst got? Tardru wins the clearance. He bangs it inside forward 50. Strong Mark Maxted. He's 50 out from goal directly in front.
6:18, and he marked that at 9 seconds.
So it has been a big start each quarter for Sandhurst. Kobe Maxted from 50. It's high. It's right to the line. He was never in doubt, Kobe Maxted. He is a star. And the Sandhurst Dragons, 6-8-44. Gisborne 11-10-76. Free kick inside forward 50 might be going to Bryce Curnow. And this might be 2 goals in a minute for Sandhurst. And this is a potential game changer, Don Moran.
I think I made mention of that off air, wasn't it? Move the magnets around, throw Bryce Curnow forward.
So for 2 goals in 2 kicks, Bryce Curnow, 25 out directly in front. Oh, Johnny, it's game on here at the QEO. Curnow goes.
Kick is intercepted. Connick, handballs inboard. Tardru now. The ball's in his hands. He'll go to the pocket. They'll set themselves green. Got his hands on the footy and handball over the top spear. Coughlin's still in the contest. He's got time. He's got space. He should have had a shot. He looked inboard. That wasn't the option to go to. Why go?
Must have come off the boot of a Gisborne player at the last second then. Hard up against the boundary line, right in front of the Gisborne coach's bench. So he'll come down the grandstand side wing. It's a high ball. Spear sets himself, but Tardru comes and takes the mark from behind. Tardru takes the mark. He quickly wheels. Curnow's out on his own, but the kick went to Green and a 2-on.
His right foot, which is his wrong foot, went up the chimney, and we've got a whistle on play. It might be a free kick, Dogs, is it?
Block.
A block. So, second important block we've seen of the game, and it will be the Dogs on taking a Jeff Thompson run-up. You know who Jeff Thompson is, Cam? As the man on the mark only stands 25 metres out. Let's see what Merritt does with it. Kicks a goal.
That's a nice settler.
A steadier, good call there, Don Moran. Stagg tried to swoop on it. A little ball by Free was ineffective. Lord intercepted. He runs down the wing. 1 bounce on the left. Macklin Lord for the Dogs, and it might be a mark to McKenna. McKenna hard up against the boundary line. He'll come indoor corridor. Good strong pass, good lead. There might be a 50, a little bit of a push. This one's James Gray, and He's probably too far from home. Play on, short pass forward, effective.
Brad
and Benaki. He's he's a pretty good straight kick, field kicking anyway. Let's see what he does, having a shot at goal to the Barnard Street end on.
The end of.
I like this setup that they've got there with Gray and Merritt. They both look alike, the way they move, the way they kick the footy towards goal. And Benaki as well. He pops it through for the Dogs, and that's just about it, you would think. The little
Rough tackle, and he'll be rewarded.
Rough, short ball to Stagg on half forward. Stagg's invited to play on, which he wasn't happy about, but he did, and put it down the throat of Matty Wilkinson, who come out like a train. And that delivery's better, Don, because he's got a shot at...
To let those little things fly in Bendigo footy. Eurita's chip short pass to Hood. Hood will then wheel it inside forward 50. This is better play for Wilkinson. It comes to Maxted. Maxted off to Smith. Smith has the goals open. Cooper Smith on the right will put through the goal. And Sandhurst have a very, very small pulse.
It's good to see that Sandhurst haven't just put their driver away, and they're still having a crack. So doesn't matter whether they're in junk time goal. John, goals count.
Free kick by Tardru.
Yeah, Sandhurst, they finish on top of the ladder, but they're going to be forced to do it the hard way in 2024. The Gisborne Bulldogs book slot 1 in the 2024 Big Dance, which will be played here at the QEO in 2 weeks' time. 13-11-89. They run out a very, very impressive victory over Sandhurst, 9-12-66. And